Imagine a wisdom so ancient and profound that it predates the dawn of recorded history, stretching back to the earliest civilizations and beyond. A secret knowledge so powerful that it has been carefully guarded, encoded in symbols, mythologies, and texts, awaiting those with the curiosity and courage to unlock its mysteries. This is the realm of Hermeticism, the esoteric tradition attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, the legendary sage whose teachings form a cornerstone of spiritual philosophy, mystical sciences, and alchemical transformation. Hermes Trismegistus is not merely a figure of myth, but a universal archetype, a symbol of the seeker, the initiate, the alchemist of the soul. His name combines the divine messenger Hermes from Greek mythology with Thoth, the Egyptian god of wisdom and writing. The union of these two figures embodies the synthesis of divine knowledge, bridging worlds, cultures, and ages. His teachings have inspired countless spiritual traditions, from ancient Egypt to the Renaissance, from mystical alchemy to modern consciousness studies. The origins of Hermes Trismegistus are cloaked in myth, legend, and allegory. In Egyptian tradition, Thoth was revered as the divine scribe and the master of secret knowledge. As the keeper of sacred writings and the inventor of hieroglyphs, Thoth was considered the divine architect of the cosmos, an intermediary between the divine and the human. His wisdom was believed to be the key to unlocking the mysteries of creation, healing, and immortality. With the spread of Greek culture into Egypt during the Ptolemaic era, these ideas fused. The Greek god Hermes, messenger of the gods and master of language and commerce, was identified with Thoth, culminating in the figure of Hermes Trismegistus, Hermes the thrice great. The epithet thrice great signifies mastery over three realms: the physical body, the mind, and the divine spirit. It also indicates a tripartite understanding of reality: body, soul, and spirit, each of which must be harmonized for spiritual enlightenment. Legends tell of Hermes Trismegistus as an ancient sage who possessed divine insight, capable of communicating with the gods and translating divine truths into human language. Some stories suggest he was an immortal being, existing before the dawn of civilization, who imparted sacred knowledge to initiates and kings. His teachings encompass a broad spectrum of esoteric sciences: alchemy, astrology, magic, and philosophy, all aimed at mastering the divine laws that govern the universe. While historical evidence for Hermes Trismegistus remains elusive, his symbolic presence is woven into the fabric of human consciousness. His figure embodies the universal quest for wisdom, the desire to understand the divine order, and the aspiration to transform the self from mere matter into a divine co-creator. The core of Hermetic teachings resides in the Hermetic Corpus, a collection of texts that emerged during the Hellenistic period, roughly between the 2nd and 3rd centuries C.E. These writings are poetic dialogues, mystical sermons, and philosophical treatises that explore the nature of the universe, the divine, and the human soul. Among these texts, the Emerald Tablet stands as the most iconic and influential. Its cryptic phrase, "as above, so below," encapsulates the essence of Hermetic cosmology. This axiom reveals that the macrocosm, the vast universe, is reflected in the microcosm, the individual human being. It suggests that understanding ourselves unlocks the secrets of the universe, and vice versa. The Poimandres text, another key Hermetic work, describes a cosmic dialogue where the divine mind reveals the origin of creation, emphasizing that the universe is a manifestation of divine thought. It teaches that the material world is an illusion, a projection of divine consciousness, and that awakening to this truth is the path to liberation. The Hermetic texts also contain teachings on the soul's journey, the nature of divine light, and methods of spiritual purification. They serve as manuals for the spiritual aspirant, guiding them through inner alchemy, mystic contemplation, and the pursuit of gnosis, the direct knowledge of the divine. Central to Hermetic philosophy are the 7 principles, universal laws that describe how the cosmos functions. These principles are not merely abstract ideas, but practical tools that can be observed, understood, and applied to transform consciousness and mastery over reality. 1. Mentalism. The all is mind. The universe is mental. This principle asserts that everything in existence emanates from divine consciousness. The universe itself is a vast, interconnected thought, an infinite divine mind, expressing through myriad forms. Recognizing this empowers us to understand that our thoughts and beliefs are not passive but creative forces. When we align our minds with higher truths, we can influence reality in profound ways. 2. Correspondence. As above, so below. The structure and laws governing the cosmos are reflected within us. Our physical bodies, thoughts, and emotions mirror the universe's architecture. This principle invites us to look inward to discover universal truths, realizing that mastery over ourselves is mastery over the external world. 3. Vibration. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. All matter, energy, and consciousness are in constant motion, vibrating at different frequencies. Modern quantum physics confirms that particles are energy in motion. By raising our vibrational frequency through love, gratitude, and positive intention, we align ourselves with higher realms of consciousness and attract similar energies. 4th polarity. Everything is dual, everything has poles. Opposites, light and dark, love and fear, life and death, are simply different expressions of the same underlying unity. Recognizing the interconnectedness of polarities allows us to transcend duality, integrate shadow aspects, and find harmony within ourselves and in the world. 5. Rhythm. Everything flows, out and in. The universe operates in cycles, seasons, tides, life transitions, each unfolding in harmony. Understanding natural rhythms helps us flow with life's changes, cultivating patience and resilience, trusting that all things are part of divine timing. 6. Cause and effect. Every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause. Nothing occurs by chance. Our thoughts, actions, and intentions send ripples through the fabric of reality, shaping our future. Cultivating awareness of this law empowers us to act consciously, creating positive causes for desired effects. 7. Gender. Gender exists in everything. Both masculine and feminine energies are present in all things. Creative force and receptive intuition, action and stillness. Balancing these energies within ourselves fosters harmony, encourages creativity, and supports spiritual growth. Hermetic symbolism is a language of sacred truth encoded in visual form. These symbols serve as keys, tools to unlock higher understanding through meditation, contemplation, and inner reflection. The staff of Hermes, often depicted with intertwined serpents, symbolizes the union of dualities, wisdom and power, matter and spirit. The serpents represent the flow of divine energy, regeneration, and healing. The staff itself is a symbol of authority, the initiate's authority to command divine laws. The Ouroboros, a serpent eating its tail, signifies eternity, cyclicality, and the unity of all that exists. It reminds us that creation and destruction are aspects of the same divine process, and that everything is interconnected in an endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. The caduceus, with its 2 serpents entwined around a winged staff, is a symbol of balance, harmony, and the flow of divine energy. It also embodies healing, both physical and spiritual, and the integration of opposites. Hermetic symbols serve as visual representations of profound spiritual truths, acting as meditation aids and initiatory tools to deepen understanding and realization. Alchemy is often misunderstood as merely turning base metals into gold. In truth, it is a symbolic language describing the inner process of spiritual transformation, the alchemy of the soul. The alchemical stages, nigredo, blackening, albedo, whitening, and rubedo, reddening, correspond to psychological and spiritual purification. Nigredo involves confronting the shadow, facing fears, illusions, and ego limitations. It's a period of chaos and dissolution, where the old self is broken down. Albedo signifies purification and clarity, a process of cleansing and awakening to higher truths. The soul begins to shed its impurities, gaining insight and spiritual light. Rubedo, the final stage, represents integration and realization, the union of divine masculine and feminine energies within. This is the stage of spiritual enlightenment, where the practitioner embodies divine virtues and manifests higher consciousness. This inner alchemical journey teaches that transformation is an ongoing process, one of continual refinement, purification, and awakening, leading to the realization of the divine self. Hermetic teachings have profoundly impacted history's greatest thinkers and movements. During the European Renaissance, Hermetic texts sparked a revival of mystical and scientific inquiry. Scholars like Marsilio Ficino, Giovanni Pico della Mirandola, and Paracelsus studied Hermetic writings, integrating spiritual insight with emerging scientific principles. The scientific revolution itself was influenced by Hermetic ideas, viewing the universe as a harmonious, interconnected whole governed by divine laws. Isaac Newton studied alchemy and believed that understanding the divine secrets of nature was essential to unlocking the universe's mysteries. In modern times, Hermetic principles underpin many spiritual philosophies, psychoanalytic theories, and consciousness studies. The realization that reality is shaped by perception and vibration aligns with quantum physics and the understanding of the mind's role in creating experience. Applying Hermetic principles today involves cultivating awareness of our inner states, recognizing our power as co-creators of reality. It's about aligning our thoughts, emotions, and actions with divine laws to manifest higher truths. Practices such as meditation, visualization, sacred rituals, and studying symbols help us access higher states of consciousness. Shadow work, acknowledging and integrating unconscious parts of ourselves, allows us to transcend limitations and embody wholeness. Living hermetically also means respecting natural cycles, working with lunar phases, seasonal energies, and personal rhythms to optimize growth and manifestation. It involves observing the interconnectedness of all life, developing compassion, and understanding that our inner state influences the outer world. In relationships, careers, health, and spiritual pursuits, Hermetic wisdom offers a blueprint for harmony, resilience, and mastery. It reminds us that the divine is not distant, but present within and around us, waiting to be awakened through awareness and intentional action. The teachings of Hermes Trismegistus are an eternal flame, a guiding light illuminating the path toward higher knowledge, spiritual mastery, and divine union. They beckon us to look beyond the superficial and to explore the depths of our own consciousness. The journey of Hermetic wisdom is ongoing and personal. It invites us to become alchemists of the soul, transforming base fears into divine love, ignorance into wisdom, and illusion into divine truth. It teaches that the keys to enlightenment are already within us, encoded in symbols, laws, and the very fabric of reality. As we deepen our exploration of Hermetic teachings, we realize that the universe is a sacred mirror, reflecting our inner states and beckoning us to awaken to our divine potential. The more we seek, the more we uncover the hidden secrets that lie within, waiting for the courageous to unveil them. In this cosmic dance of creation, Hermetic wisdom remains a timeless guide, a universal truth that transcends culture, language, and era. Its message is clear: we are divine sparks, co-creators in a boundless universe, destined to remember our divine nature and live in harmony with the eternal laws that govern all existence.